I really believe that poets and artists have a very special role in society because we are often given the gift of seeing things from a different perspective. I see usually the big picture, and so I can then facilitate the bigger picture in a language that the general public can understand so that they can be compelled to be agents of change in their own communities. The poet also can, write poetry, be it that helps people with understanding the spiritual aspects of life, the emotions, can facilitate a deeper understanding about reality and new ways to interpret often very difficult situations.
The dream. I fly in the sky and watch a strange row of houses. They are standing at a narrow island in the middle of the ocean. Tails of waves lick the windows. Only ancient men live there, who knit magic sweaters in their spare time. The jumpers have the following quality. Once you put it on, you become as ancient in your mind as the old man, free from worry and doubt flowing through your mind. You're just a delicate old man with agile fingers and feel for the pulling of the paddle. At this moment, the village is deserted. The old men are all off at the mercy of the sea. I have lost my wings. I find myself sitting in a boat. I row into the thick fog, alone in the craft of the oldest of the old. When I wake up, still with salt-battered cheeks, I laugh to myself, take a passage to life with my dreams as a spice into flavorless existence. And this noise will not silence poetry.
Well, I'd really like to forget my town. I grew up in a fishing village that I don't really write a lot about the town, but I write a lot about the ocean. I use the ocean a lot as a metaphor for this continuous change that life is. And the nature in general, for me, I don't believe in countries or borders. I believe in people and nature. I don't believe in religion. I believe in a collective unity. I want to find out what unifies people more than anything. And so I always try to look at the commonality of, be it the environment, the languages, but most importantly, the feelings and the thoughts that are created in each space. So it's important to know the roots, but at the same time, it's important to nurture what's above as well, so that there is equality.
Changes. Something big is happening. Gaia has regained her consciousness, her way of surviving. A picture growing in my mind, a whole universe of possibilities to make the invisible seen, be part of this moment and movement of awakening. Learn to listen to our mother's voice through her infinite creations. I keep making the picture bigger so I won't lose myself. Earthquakes move through me, volcanic eruptions of insight as the revolution of silent changes begins.
Words are so powerful. They are so powerful they can make and break a person. Wars start with words. And if there is any type of people that understand the power of words, it's poets. And we should not have to write a new poem all the time, because if you have written a strong poem, that can be repeated and needs to be repeated, just like we do chants. like in Buddhism. We chant the same mantra over and over and over. We don't have to consume words. We have to take them in.
This first poem is called Heroes.
Este primer poema se llama Héroes.
I wish to dedicate this poem to all the displaced people in Colombia.
Quiero dedicarle este poema a todos los desplazados de Colombia.
Giving up the roots, the land of their ancestors, the soil that keeps their history. Choosing peace over blood-stained future, choosing new soil for a future for the children, not because of greed, but courage. It takes courage to leave all that is known. It takes courage to set foot on boats so ancient that most of them sink into the cold, deep sea. It takes courage beyond words to settle on a new land, where all that was is no more but a distant memory. The true heroes of our world leave behind their small fortunes, their education, their family, their culture. They choose peace. They choose peace. The true heroes of our world choose to flee instead of putting automatic rifles into the hands of their sons. Big waves wash over them, salt of the ocean, into the wounds, the grief, the fear. They don't give up. They don't give up. They move on, grow roots in foreign soil. The West, blinded by its own reality lacking empathy towards other cultures, where other values rule with no less moral value or integrity. In our Western world, the true heroes of our world wash dishes, clean toilets, work the fish with their doctorate degrees. The true heroes of our world are kept in camps as they wait for our mercy, treated as parasites trying to steal the riches of the West. And the West has long forgotten how it became so rich, where the blood money comes from. In the West, our heroes are those that know how to swim with sharks. We believe in the survival of the fittest. In our world, our heroes are those that walk the path of war. The soldiers with their medals, honored for the bravery to kill. Ours is the science of violence. We claim we are free in our democratic illusion. We live in a world of war, on poverty, drugs, terrorism. Such is the power of nightmares. In our world, we worship the fear generators. We have traded away our freedom for a belief that change is dangerous. In our free world, fear is skillfully used to control us. In the shadow of the puppet masters, we feel safe. We are loyal dogs. True heroes are those that are willing to sacrifice everything because they have nothing left to lose. True heroes are the voices of hope. They are the voices of love among the fearful. Voices that build bridges between cultures, embrace our differences. The true heroes of our world are the individuals who dare to challenge values that are landmines in our hearts. Patriotism, 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 fear, hatred and greed. The true heroes of our world, the true heroes of our world, they choose peace. Gracias.
When I was in Parliament, I tried to infuse my poetry as a living poetry. As like whenever I would be dealing with laws, I would try to deal with it like they were poems. And if they were badly written, usually all laws are very badly written, and nobody would get published as a poet if that were poetry. But so I write about everything. So the poems I was writing about today are about democracy and my deep disappointment in the general public, primarily because we had an opportunity to take the power from the powerful and give it to the powerless. We had an opportunity to give people, and we tried to give it to them, responsibility, and they didn't want it. And for me, that is the biggest disappointment. We had an incredible constitutional process where the people of Iceland were invited to write their own constitution with no interference of politicians. And they did a beautiful constitution that I'm so proud of. And we had a national referendum. And then we still don't have it because the parliament chose to ignore it. And there were no protests.
Cry from the heart. When you violate a woman, you violate all that is sacred. You violate Mother Earth. They are our grandmothers, mothers, daughters, sisters. Each wound inflicted on the innocent, the weak, the vulnerable is a dagger in the sacred heart of unity and peace. Despair in the heart, despair in the mind, as the inconvenient truth about the rapes, the beatings, the mutilations, the harassment flow out from thousand wounds. Will it heal? Will it heal? Will this heart ever beat again? This heart of hope for the violence to end. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. I feel your pain, I feel your pain, I feel your pain. Rape, blood, tears, death, grief and anxiety, hatred, revenge, bullets, spit, split, tormented, crippled, infested, pain, fear, rape, rape. I feel your pain, I feel your pain, I feel your pain, I feel your pain in my marrow. Despair, rivers of despair, wounds, oceans of pain. But this time, the times are changing into a dream of universal equality. Please, please, don't look the other way. Please.